My name is Clara Aguilar. I am the marketing manager for Orders in Seconds and your moderator for this webinar. I'm going to be introducing the speakers, telling you guys all the goodies we have in store for the webinar on this topic, time to scale up your wholesale business with OIS and QuickBooks. All right. So let me know how you're doing in the chat. I'll give you guys a shout out too. All right. Right. Well, first we want to again welcome everyone to this webinar. Today, you guys are in for a treat. We're thrilled to announce, and I want to do a drum roll, but the sound is not the same, but you guys know what I mean, all right? We are now a QuickBooks Solution Provider. Yay! In this webinar, we're going to be discussing a little more of what that means, right? As you know, for the company and also for our customers, what that means. So make sure to stay till the end. And now let's get into today's speakers. All right, today we have Mrs. Jamie Delveccio, has been with Intuit for 17 years and has worked across multiple sales channels to drive QuickBooks awareness, partnership, and profitability for the small to mid-market businesses and for Intuit's strategic partnerships in this time, right? Jamie directly supports Orders in Seconds in our partnership with Intuit and works with our teams to integrate QuickBooks into our products and services for our valued customers. So Jamie, thank you very much for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Great, great, great. And now her co-host, guys, you guys know who this man is, Oscar Guerrero from Orders in Seconds, who has 20 plus years experience in the IT sector within the financial and food and beverage industries. He's worked with Citigroup and Merrill Lynch as a software development consultant, building and testing web-based global enterprise applications from the ground up. Oscar is a proud U.S. Navy veteran specializing in database systems and a New York Institute of Technology graduate with a BS in Science and Technology. He took the knowledge and experience he gained throughout the years and built his company's Orders in Seconds. And as the president of Orders in Seconds for more than 15 years, Oscar and his dream team have been empowering B2Bs with cloud-based mobile applications and services. So a big welcome, guys. Type it in the chat, guys. Don't be shy. Nobody's shy here. Make them feel welcomed, our guests, and we can get into the agenda for today too. All right. Let's see who's gonna be the soul that says hello in the chat today. The first one. But all right, let's get into this chat, guys. Okay, so first we're gonna be reviewing challenges for scaling your challenges faced, right, by wholesale distributors and manufacturers who are looking to scale their operations. Then we're going to be discussing OIS joining the QuickBooks Solution Provider program and why we're a good fit. You'll be learning a little bit more about Orders in Seconds and QuickBooks. And then in the next section, we're going to be going over a few frequently asked questions from our OIS customers. We'll have half an hour of a Q&A session where you guys will have the chance to ask your questions specific to your business. All right, and make sure, guys, you don't have to wait till the end for this, right? You guys can type in your questions right in the Q&A. So at the bottom of the Zoom screen, you'll see the Q&A button. So you guys can click that button and you guys can enter your questions there, okay? And we'll do that. And then lastly, guys, best of all, we have a special gift for everyone who attends this webinar. So make sure you guys stay till the end. You guys are you don't wanna miss this, okay? You guys know we're generous in our webinars, so. All right, let's get started. So Oscar, let's get started and review some of the pain points and challenges faced by distributors trying to scale their inventory business. Let's get into that.
Okay, thank you, Clara, and great introduction as always.
Thank you.
Welcome everyone to this webinar. My name is Oscar Guerrero, and I'm the founder and president of Orders in Seconds. Brief intro: what we do: we help product distributors process orders in seconds. Just a quick story. Let me take you back to memory lane. Back in 2005, a cheese manufacturer came to us because they were having problems processing the orders effectively, meaning that they had a team of sales reps that were sending orders to the main warehouse, and then the main warehouse was processing these orders manually, obviously. And the problem was that back then in 2005, we didn't have mobile phones. They were just started coming up with that technology, and they were payphones. So they were calling in the orders via payphone or sending faxes. So it was very, very painful. And then the main office will, get those phone calls or faxes, and then, the orders were not typed in correctly. So then, it was a lot of human errors where there was, people at the main office were saying, the sales reps are not typing in the orders correctly, and the main office was saying, and the sales reps were saying, the main office is not doing their job correctly. So they came with that problem, and that's where, Orders in Seconds really was born to really help, in the order processing system. And now during this webinar, we will talk more about how to scale and grow your wholesale business with OIS and QuickBooks. And let's start with some of these challenges, right? The manual sales orders means, really the manual sales orders creates a lot of human errors, unsatisfied clients. And number two is really not having a good inventory system. We know that holding inventory is very expensive, and also selling products to clients that are not in stock is a huge issue. You lose clients' trust, when you don't have a good inventory management system. A modernized accounting system. I mean, this is critical, right? This is the heart of the company. It's the source of truth where all the financial data resides. And this is why we're having really this webinar. And also another challenge is all systems are very expensive to maintain and complicated to use. We still see, some systems that are like back in the DOS days or back in the mainframes that are really very expensive to maintain. So now it's a lot more affordable for any small or medium-sized distributor. The fifth one is really, implement really a system for long-term growth, right? What do I mean by that? Is that sometimes you invest in a system and you don't plan and set a strategy for, let's say, the next 3 to 5 years. So you need to align your system with, your plan and strategy. So this is something super important that basically sometimes, you don't plan correctly, and this is when, you start getting into trouble.
Okay.
And our promise, yes.
Yes. Yeah, so no, you can go ahead, Oscar. Yeah, let's see what our attendees can get from this webinar, right? That's going to help them with those challenges. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, no, this is perfect timing, because the thing is, I would like to hear from the people that join our webinar today, if any of those, challenges, you are having today. Basically just type yes in the chat. That will help us at least address, some of these issues after the webinar. So just type a yes on the chat window, and that way we know we can help you at the end. So our promise for today is really just to tell you a little bit more about, how, or we want to share with you how Orders in Seconds and QuickBooks are joining forces. We will provide more in-depth, valuable insights about Orders in Seconds and QuickBooks, and we will show you the all-in-one solution that will help you address some of the growth challenges for your business. So that's our end goal and our promise to you for this webinar.
Okay. All right, so let's get into the first promise that you had just mentioned. So now that OIS has joined the QuickBooks Solution Provider program, what does that mean for Orders in Seconds? What does that mean for our customers? And then Jamie, feel free to chime in, as well.
Okay. Thank you, Clara. Orders in Seconds is very proud, and we are very happy, super happy to announce that we have joined forces with QuickBooks, or that we have joined the QuickBooks Solution Provider program to offer a simple and integrated solution for order management and accounting for any growing distribution company. To tell you more about the QuickBooks Solution Provider program, we feel very honored and proud to have a very special guest speaker today. Please help us welcome a senior partner manager from Intuit QuickBooks, Jamie Delveccio. Jamie?
Hi, Jamie, guys.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, welcome, Jamie.
So excited to be here, and so honored to get to partner with you, Oscar, and your amazing team at Orders and Seconds. And you know, we do a lot of things well here at QuickBooks. Well, we do one thing well, right? When it comes to QuickBooks, but you know, one of the reasons that we are the preferred accounting solution in the U.S. is because we do know that we just do one thing really well, and that's, you know, provide our small mid-sized businesses with a good accounting solution, right? It's fairly easy to use. It's not that complicated. You know, but that said, in the real world, financial data is the end state, right? It's not where businesses live, you know, most of the time when they're running their business. So we can really only help our users by yourself to a certain point. So we're also equally very excited to partner with the Orders and Seconds team to close that gap on the critical order management workflow that our customers need, and you know, really extend the value of QuickBooks Online with a powerful solution like the OIS Pro and OIS e-commerce app. So thank you so much again for having me. This is very exciting.
Thank you, James.
All right. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Jamie. Well, on that note, we're going to get into, let's look, especially for the newbies that we have in the audience. Oscar, let's start by answering the question, who is Orders and Seconds?
Yes, very briefly, OIS helps wholesale distributors and manufacturers streamline their end-to-end order processing. OIS was a pioneer in the mobile cloud software industry. Since 2005, the OIS team has worked very hard to simplify, automate, and speed up the order fulfillment process. That's, you know, just a summary of what Orders and Seconds is.
Okay, perfect. And now let's give them an overview of our order management solution, right? How it works.
Okay, this is a very high-level overview of our order management solution in mobile cloud architecture. And let me just start by saying that, you know, if you look at the bottom left corner, we have, in this case, QuickBooks as the accounting and ERP system, right, where all your truth of data resides, all your financial information, right? And this is like the foundation for any business, right? So we have QuickBooks, and then basically OIS Central is our cloud-based CRM system that synchronizes the data between QuickBooks and OIS. So we get all the products, all the customer information, product pricing, inventory, and we extract all that data so that you don't have to do double entry or create any manual errors when you enter it. So it's all automatic. And then once we get that data into the OIS Central Cloud system, then we actually push all that information into the mobile devices on your right side, bottom right, into the mobile devices for the sales reps, or for your customers that would like to place orders on our e-commerce app, they can do that. So once a customer or the sales reps create orders, then they send them back to the main central system so that the orders can be fulfilled and deliver either the next day, or if you have a DSD business, then basically you create those invoices. And then once you create all those invoices, then we synchronize back to QuickBooks, all the invoices, credit memos, payments. And that way, at least now in your QuickBooks system, you can see all the details of your sales and how much people owe you. And basically, if your sales reps are meeting the quotas. And so it's really the, you know, the foundation that you must have, you know, both of these systems if you're really looking into growing, you know, your distribution business.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for that answer, Oscar. And now let's go. We're going to learn a little bit more about QuickBooks. Who is QuickBooks today? Jamie?
Well, for this slide, yeah, let's ask Jamie to help us with this part of the presentation.
Yeah, I'm happy to. Thank you, guys. So, you know, chances
Mhm.
are if you've been alive for a few years, you've probably heard of QuickBooks. And if you're on this call, you're either using, you know, one of our QuickBooks products, probably desktop, or you have an accountant that's like really wanting you to use QuickBooks, right? You might still be in Excel or something like that. So, you know, what I'd like to do is talk a little bit more about, you know, who is QuickBooks Online, right? And really kind of the evolution of our products today. Because that's really where, you know, our vision is going with the actual, you know, with where we're trying to take our clients to be able to be automated and to be efficient. So, you know, with QuickBooks Online, you know, if you've been using QuickBooks Desktop, your accountant has probably talked to you about QuickBooks Online. You've probably heard, you know, and gotten our emails, kind of probably called us and said, hey, tell me a little bit about QuickBooks Online. And it probably wasn't on par with our QuickBooks Desktop solution. One thing that a lot of people don't know about QuickBooks Online is it's not a new product. It's actually just a few years younger than our QuickBooks Desktop solution. Believe that or not, it's just that 20 years ago when we came out with it, a lot of businesses, you know, weren't really ready to take their finances to the cloud, which is understandable. You know, it was 20 years ago. But, you know, technology has really changed. And so, you know, over the past 5 years, you know, being mobile and mobile accounting and, you know, mobile banking and things like that have become the new normal. And so have QuickBooks Online. And so we've really invested our resources and, you know, our innovation into the QuickBooks Online product to make it not only on par with QuickBooks Desktop, but better in a lot of ways. And so if it's been a while since you've checked out QuickBooks Online and you're on desktop today, or maybe if you're in Excel and you looked at QuickBooks Online and it seemed complicated before, you know, I encourage you to contact OIS and, you know, let's have that conversation about QuickBooks Online and how it can help you today, because QuickBooks Online is now on par with QuickBooks Desktop. So it's a more modern accounting solution. And so one of the misconceptions is that not all of the capability is in QuickBooks Online that you'd see with desktop, but it's there. So all of the features and the reports and the customizations that you're doing in desktop today can also be done in QuickBooks Online. We may call it something different, right? But it's the same exact feature. And so that's how the OIS team will you know, help you kind of get your head around it. But in most cases, what you're doing in QuickBooks Desktop can be done in QuickBooks Online, and probably a whole lot better as well. And a fun fact, you know, if we take a look at our QuickBooks customer base right now, you know, about half of our QuickBooks customers, which is about 4 million, are using QuickBooks Online, and a large portion of that 4 million customer base came from desktop, right? So as we're getting better, as we're listening to your feedback and getting better about making sure that QuickBooks Online can give you the same capability that you know and love with desktop, you know, we're really making that investment into the product. So I think that that's really cool. You know, and that being said, right, one of the things that we looked at with QuickBooks Online is how do we make it scalable to support your business, no matter, you know, what journey you happen to be in, right? Whether you're downsizing or you're growing really fast. And so, you know, if you're in QuickBooks Desktop today, you know that if you need to add a user, you've got to call into it. You've got to pay about $500, right? Add a user. But if you lose that employee, you don't get that money back, right? You don't get it back. And so, you know, unlike QuickBooks Desktop, we've made it really simple for you to add users to QuickBooks Online without the need to constantly purchase a new license, right? So you make one investment. And a great example of that is our QuickBooks Online Advanced subscription, right? So out of the box with the subscription and all of the functionality, you immediately get 25 users. So that you can automatically scale up and down as you need to. You also have the capability, you know, to be able to switch between subscriptions, right? So if you're in desktop today and you're, you know, again, if you need to increase functionality or increase users, you have to make a pretty hefty monetary investment to do that. So we like the scalability of QuickBooks Online, and you know, businesses that are using QuickBooks Online that have switched from desktop are saving about 11 hours per month because of the automation that's built into the product to help you transact faster. So we'll get into that in a little bit. But that's also something to really look forward to as well, right? You're not anchored to, you know, being in the office and doing your transactions there, which frees up a lot of your time, right? And 11 hours is just average. So some of our users are experiencing, you know, a lot more freedom than that from our QuickBooks Desktop products. You know, and for most businesses along that line, QuickBooks tends to be the anchor that keeps you tied to the office, right? So for a lot of our desktop customers, they tell us, hey, QuickBooks is the reason that we have to go in every single day, or someone has to be in a certain number of times, per week and per month. And it also is the anchor that kind of keeps you tied to a lot of expenses, right? So it keeps you tied to the cost of, purchasing a server and maintaining that server, because you don't just buy it once, right? You gotta maintain it, you gotta upgrade it every so often. Same thing with your computers, right? So desktop does require you to be on an updated computer. And then, with that, for a lot of businesses come the cost of having to hire someone to be able to help them do that, right? So you're probably paying like a monthly or annual, IT maintenance expense to go along with that. So, with QuickBooks Online being an online platform, you can access QuickBooks Online from any device, anywhere in the world, off of any type of browser. And it doesn't require those really stringent kind of application and like networking and hardware needs that our QuickBooks Desktop does. We do take the security of your data on the cloud very seriously. So, to get you into the cloud and to make it easy to do, we provide you with advanced encryption for your data. It's very similar to like your online banking app, but it's actually better, right? So if you go online and you do mobile banking today, it's that type of level of security, but even stronger. And then if you're using QuickBooks Desktop today and moving to QuickBooks Online is something that you're interested in, or if you're in Excel, or maybe you're using Sage 50 or something different, we have a lot of really seamless import paths to get your data, almost fully into the QuickBooks Online edition, right? So that you can get set up quickly and easily without, much downtime and really skipping any beats within the business.
Jamie, definitely, just listening to you, we've seen the growth that QuickBooks has had, through the years, and definitely a lot of the points that you're just describing here really align with the challenges that we mentioned at the very beginning, like scalable for long-term growth. That's something that, again, our clients are going through that. And this is where, we definitely ask you to join us today, just so that you just explain basically how this is QuickBooks is gonna help them. And also to eliminate expensive IT costs. We still have a lot of our customers that are still using desktop, and, they run into problems when, somehow their desktop, had issues, and then they don't have a system to run. So that we can resonate with, this issue. And then, something that people don't think about, the, seamless transition from QuickBooks Desktop to online. You guys already have all the tools, and now, we are really very happy to learn, that process. And definitely, this is a long-term solution, right? That it will help a lot of our clients. Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that gets us, you hit the nail on the head with that one, Oscar. All right, let's explain a little bit more, right? Because I'm sure everyone's wondering, right? How does now the OIS solution plus QuickBooks Online, right, benefit our wholesale distribution clients? Oscar, go ahead.
Yes, after learning more about OIS and QuickBooks now, we will show you really the benefits of combining both OIS and the QuickBooks solutions. We also like to call it the all-in-one solution to address the growth challenges for wholesale distributors and manufacturers. Let us explain how. Here is just a summary of the benefits of the all-in-one solution. On the left side, for the order management for OIS and the benefits, we have the simple order taking, right? When I mean simple, guys, I mean we took all these years to figure it out how to make it simple, because I see so many complicated apps out there that is even hard to train sales reps. And at least we had the pleasure to work with a lot of our clients. I mean, talk about training a grandfather, right, on how to use the app. So that's the level of basically simplicity that we included in our solution for people to enter simple orders. And again, we got in the field with these people, not just they told us. We've been in the field like at 5 in the morning with these people, right? Just when you see them entering these sales orders. And that's what we have done. So it does help a lot our sales reps, and basically even your own customers, right? Your customers, you give them the app, is so simple to use, just a 3-step process, and they can place an order with no issues. Sales route management, right? That's critical also. You want to make sure that basically you know how to set your sales routes for the morning, so that you know where your sales reps are going to be selling. And when you have employee turnover, right, this comes in that people come and leave, especially now, we have a lot of people leaving companies, and then you're getting new employees. To train them, you just give them the route that is already set for them, and it's easier for them to start up and running in a week or 2 weeks. Order processing and delivery, that's what we do, the whole order fulfillment process, right? Basically from taking a sales order to the delivery when the products are delivered to your clients. Sales reporting and KPIs, that's really to tell you the health of your business, right? You need sales reports, right? How much are you sales reps selling? The KPIs as to, what's the quota that you set for your sales reps. That's, super important in here. And, the last bullet point that I have in there is our unlimited live phone support, right? We are here to really help you. So any issues that you run into, we really have a live personnel that will help you through the process. Okay. And for the QuickBooks accounting solution, I will ask again Jamie to help us with this. Jamie?
Yeah, so once you get your data into QuickBooks, there's some things that you can, really take advantage of and look forward to that you won't necessarily always get with our QuickBooks desktop solutions. Or again, if you're in Excel and using something different right now to try to kind of manage your finances, the first thing that our goal with QuickBooks Online was to automate, right? So you remember how I said our users save about 11 hours of accounting work per month in QuickBooks Online. And part of that, a big part of that, I should say, is due to the automation. So automated invoicing is, one of those things that you can look forward to in QuickBooks Online. So you can automatically schedule and send invoices, purchase orders, bills, a whole lot more, right? It doesn't just stop here, but this is, kind of one of the big things that our users tell us is important to them. The second thing, and maybe this should have been first, is getting paid faster, right? And being able to take a payment from anywhere, right? So you don't need to write down a credit card and go back to the office and type it into QuickBooks Desktop or type it into the big terminal that you probably have sitting on your desk, right? With QuickBooks Online being an online platform, you can get paid anywhere just from your mobile device. You can take a card, you can take Apple Pay. So there's a lot of flexibility in that. You don't need to wait, to receive that. Inventory is a big thing, right? And that's probably the most important thing for our audience here today. And so, again, in desktop, or if you're, managing inventory in Excel, right now you're probably talking to someone about selling a product, or, thinking about purchasing more product, but you've got to call back to the office first to verify what's actually on the shelf and, make sure some of it's not promised for another pending order. And so, what we love about QuickBooks Online, again, is it being an online platform. Inventory is updated in real time for all of the users, right? So it doesn't matter if you're, in Florida and your office is in California, right? Because everyone has immediate access into QuickBooks. Inventory is updated in real time, and it makes it easier for you to make, on-the-spot decisions about purchasing or selling any of your products. Online banking is one of those things that your accountant is probably helping you a lot with. Unfortunately, it's like an unnecessary or an evil necessary, right? That businesses have to do. So you have to reconcile your bank and credit card transactions. And it's a very manual process, even in our desktop solutions today. So if you have desktop, there's a way to connect your bank and credit cards, but it doesn't always work very well, and it's not very seamless. And so we fix that in QuickBooks Online. And so it's a 3-step process to connect your bank and credit cards to QuickBooks Online, to have it automatically download and categorize your transactions, so that, again, you can literally just focus your time on the business and probably make your accountant happy, right? And then, you know, reports are at the end of the day something that we really need to understand the health of our business and really, you know, what we can do, right, in terms of next steps. And so with all of this automation that's built in that I talked about, right, you know, you do have the ability to be able to get really robust receivables and payables reports out of QuickBooks Online and know the health of your business with an all, you know, up-to-date balance sheet, profit and loss. We also extend the capability of reporting because you may want to see your data a little bit differently, right? Or you may want to splice it, you know, to make different forecasting and business growth decisions. And so we do sync with spreadsheets. And so we have a spreadsheet sync is what the feature is called, but we essentially sync with Excel to be able to allow you to very easily customize your data in a way that will help you, you know, really see the overall performance of your business.
Okay, thanks,
Yes,
Jamie. And now
I
let's,
just have to,
yeah.
Clara, give me a second over here.
Yeah, no, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. We got time.
The previous
Mhm.
slide.
Let me go back. Okay.
Yes, just over here, I really would like to ask everyone in the webinar that if inventory is something that you need help with, just type it in the chat box, because that way at least we know that, you know, we will need to help you with, you know, the inventory part of it, and we have a better idea. Also, we know that other people are really looking into really linking QuickBooks with your bank accounts so that you can download the statements. That's huge for a lot of our clients, that they want to be able to download all the bank statements so that you don't have to be enter, you know, every of those transactions manually and save a lot of time. So just enter bank if you guys need that, more information on that. And to tell you the truth, Jamie, a lot of our clients, basically, they are always asking about these business reports, right? The accounts receivables, making sure they, you know, they get all their money, right? And accounts payables, make sure they don't owe anything to anybody. And the balance sheet and profit loss, that's really the health of any business, right? If you don't have a good balance sheet and profit and loss, you know, you don't know your business, right? You don't know if you're losing money or if you're making money, right? So thank you in here for expanding on each of these topics.
Yeah, thank you. And I'll talk a little bit more about the inventory. I see that there's some inventory questions in chat. So, you know, one of the things that we want you to do, we try to answer everything that we can today, but we also encourage you to contact OIS after this because, you know, as certified partners for QuickBooks, they can help you, you know, with these specific needs that you have either for inventory or accounting. We can go a lot more in depth in terms of, you know, how QuickBooks Online does something that QuickBooks Desktop does. So wanted to throw that out there as well. But, you know, I won't go through everything on here. This will be something that you guys can take a look at on your time. But I did want to touch on inventory, right? So, you know, where our QuickBooks Desktop, if you're in Pro Premier, you know, does an average calculation of inventory. In, you know, QuickBooks Online, we did kind of reimagine that, and we built it and set it up to help you follow GMP right through FIFO valuation method instead. And so we just think that, again, you know, it's a better way to manage your inventory, you know, especially for this industry and, you know, especially in this economy, right, where prices are fluctuating. And so if you're in Pro Premier now, you would have to spend thousands to either go to a different app, you know, for FIFO valuation, or you have to spend thousands to upgrade to QuickBooks Enterprise. So this just comes standard within here. You know, sales by rep tracking is something that has been asked for quite a bit, you know, understandably, right? You want to understand how to compensate your team and know where this is coming from. And this actually goes into custom fields. And so a lot of what you can do with QuickBooks Online better than QuickBooks Pro Premier is really customize your data. You can add significantly more custom fields to the product to get any sort of like detailed tracking like this. And then, of course, you know, mobile access to inventory, automated sales tax calculation. I see. I'll wait till Clara kind of introduces the Q&A, and then we can go through those inventory questions that you guys have here.
Yes, absolutely. I see the questions coming in, guys. That's great. We have, like, we're ready. We have a list for our Q&A now. And just a note, Guys, if you missed something on here, don't worry. We're going to be sending out the recording after the webinar, and also the Google Slides. We'll be sending that too, okay? So just so you guys know that. And now, Oscar, let's dig a little bit deeper. How does the data exchange work between OIS and QuickBooks?
Okay, so here we have a data flow just between OIS and QuickBooks so that everyone has a good idea as to how the data flows. So basically from QuickBooks, again, is the foundation, is your system, the source of truth, where all your data resides, right? Basically, we synchronize or we transfer the data, right? Customers, products, pricing, and inventory into the OIS system. And this is all automated, guys. If we are talking about growing a company, automation is a key point, right? So we automating all this process. So we download all that information into the OIS system. And then what we do is the sales reps take the sales orders, or the your customers place sales orders, right? And then they send them back to basically for processing within the OIS system. And then what we do is we send the final invoices, credit memos, and payments back to QuickBooks for basically the financial information. So this is a simple slide just to show you how the data flows.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Oscar. And now, guys, this is one of my favorite slides. Oscar is going to be sharing what is the Orders in Seconds ecosystem, right? What that looks like now. All right, go ahead, Oscar.
And one more thing, right? Just like Steve Jobs says. This is, you know, we're really very proud now that we joined the QuickBooks Solution Provider program. And now we are a certified product ambassador, right? So come on, big applause to the whole team. QuickBooks helped us get here.
Yeah,
and,
guys, give us thumbs up in the chat. Send me those emojis.
Excellent. So now that we are certified, basically, you can find us also in the QuickBooks Online Marketplace for QuickBooks Online and QuickBooks Desktop. We are certified for both. But really, what this is opening up over here for us is really, you know, basically, we not just connecting to QuickBooks now, but our Orders in Seconds ecosystem. Now, because of QuickBooks, we can connect now to other vertical vendors or partners that we work with, right? Like, for example, if you're really looking into implementing a warehouse management system, then Finale Inventory is the system that basically has the whole end-to-end for inventory. Or are you looking for a solution to connect your EDI into your, you know, your system to be able to process EDI orders with your chain stores, or, you know, large retail stores like, you know, Walmarts of the world? Then basically we work with a true e-commerce to help you with EDI. And just like that, we have Badger that is more of a route planning. So we have all these different verticals that basically will help you really grow your company if you are, again, a small company moving into the mid-size. So this is the perfect, again, ecosystem that we have at Orders in Seconds that will help you, right? And again, all the key points: automation, right? Being profitable, growth. So those all are key points. That's what Clara said, that this is like one of the favorites slide of the whole presentation.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you, Oscar.
Oscar, I just think, you know, with QuickBooks Online, you know, one of the things that I love about it is that we did take a step back from telling users what we think they should be doing in the product, and we scaled it to make it a lot more agnostic so that you can literally build your own solution. So I think this is such a great slide because it really speaks to the power that someone who uses QuickBooks Online has to say, hey, you know what, I need accounting, but maybe I'm going to also add on Finale, and maybe I'm going to also, you know, add on True Commerce, or maybe I don't need that yet, right? So I think this is such a value that you offer your users.
Yes, and definitely, I just want to add something else to this. Clara, I hope I don't spoil the presentation.
Sure. No,
But
we're getting to our Q&A. I'm
you
sure
know,
people are like waiting.
yes,
Go ahead, Oscar.
no, the you see the thing, we will have more educational webinars like this one with some of these partners. Like I know we're gonna be coming up with a webinar with Finale Inventory, also through Commerce, right? So that everybody can learn more about EDI, and so we got a lot of great stuff coming up with a lot of our partners.
Yeah.
Of course, it's a one-stop shop here, guys.
Learning how to
So,
build.
all right, guys.
Yeah.
Right. All right, so we're getting to the live Q&A portion of our webinar right now. And guys, if you have any other questions, just make sure you type it in. We're going to start from the top, from the first question, and work our way down. And then if we miss anything, we'll make sure to answer that after this. We'll email you, okay? But I think we can get to everyone right now. All right, so first, Tim, I have Tim and Rex that kind of act similar. It's a similar question there, and this is for Oscar. Is OIS available with all versions of QuickBooks, Online, Desktop, Pro, right? And then Rex had asked, does OIS only integrate with QuickBooks Online, or does it also integrate with Desktop? So I feel like it's kind of asking the same thing a little bit.
Yes to all of them. So
yes, I know that.
with all versions of QuickBooks, unless if it is a very old version, then not even QuickBooks will support it. So, but definitely is you should we're gonna have maybe a call with you to kind of tell you and see if basically we can integrate with the version that you have. So at the end, I guess I will put the information in there so that we can connect with you.
Okay, perfect, Oscar. And now Tim had another question. How comparable is the inventory management component of OIS to other inventory management systems such as Fishbowl?
Well, again, you see, this is where really we need to really sit down and analyze what you want to do, right? And based on the needs, that's when we have to say, listen, you can solve this just with QuickBooks, because again, this is where simplicity comes. If you want to complicate things or, your processes, right, that's when people never finish implementing a system. And we have clients that within a week or 2 weeks stops, they implement the system, right? And they start running. But there are other people that are just, they complicate the process. And this is where we have to really learn more about your processes, what you want to do. And then from there, we're going to suggest as to, which way will be the best way to go.
Yep. Thank you, Oscar. And he just had one more question. Can you do lot tracking? That's the question. Can you do lot tracking?
We can do lot tracking.
Yeah. All right, perfect. And now Jocelyn had a question. Does QuickBooks provide the website and customer service support in Spanish? Does QuickBooks provide website and customer support in Spanish? Jamie?
Jocelyn, I might need to clarify with you. Are you talking, when you say website, I'm assuming you mean QuickBooks Online, but I don't want to fully make that assumption. So your support for QuickBooks Online comes from OIS, and we support them directly. So if you do need Spanish speaking, then we can work with you individually to help make sure that we can get that to you. The QuickBooks product itself, QuickBooks Online, is only available in English. So that is only available in English, but we can work with you to help get you support in Spanish if you need that.
Right, and this is where we're gonna help you in this process, since that was the main reason for us joining the QuickBooks Solution Provider program, to learn more in details how QuickBooks works, and we will be able to help you, in the process.
Yeah.
Correct. Jocelyn says thank you in the chat. Okay, and then we have time for another question. Does anyone have another question, or Or
I think
let's
Tim,
see.
Tim had a question. What version does OIS integrate with best?
Oh yeah, we had answered that at the
Oh,
beginning. It was like a similar one, but did you wanna add to that, Oscar?
What
Or
version? Well, what I can say is the same as QuickBooks Online. There is only one version, so the latest one is basically what connects. So we don't really track versions. It's just one version is the latest, just like QuickBooks Online.
okay, all right, perfect, guys. So if no one has any more questions, that's going to be the conclusion of our Q&A for today. All right, and Oscar, I'm sure a lot of people have this on their mind. How easy is it to get started with QuickBooks Online today?
Okay, Orders and Seconds will assist you in the process. First, we will need to have a consultation call to understand your challenges and the needs. Then we will give you an advice based on best practices from us and QuickBooks years of experience. Last, we will help you put an actionable plan to migrate all your data to QuickBooks Online. So we will not only sell you QuickBooks Online, but also help you with the migration from QuickBooks Desktop or any other ERP system. And to learn more about our QuickBooks consultation, Clara will show you how.
Okay. And Tim, I saw the last question you have in there. Do we provide demos? Absolutely. I see you. So I got you, Tim. All right. But guys, everyone, we have a special gift. This is my favorite part. You guys set up a free QuickBooks consultation. If you guys have questions, if you're ready to level up with QBO, right? If you guys sign up, and fill out this form, I'm gonna copy and paste it right now into the chat, okay? You guys click the form, you fill out that form. You're also gonna be getting a free entry to win a free Apple iPad. We have a raffle going on, guys. But you have to fill out the form. You got to go to that link, click that link, fill out the form, right? And then if you guys have any questions, we're here to help, guys. We really, really are. So make sure that you guys go ahead, and this is part of the special gift. And if anything, you guys might win a free iPad. Think about that, guys. So we're making it super simple. So sign up for the QuickBooks consultation, and then it really doesn't get any easier than this. We're going to be choosing the winner on Friday. We're going to be announcing that through email too, just so that you guys know. And this again is for clients and companies in the US. All right. OIS has a special promotion right now that's going on right now for those that are looking to switch to QBO or QuickBooks Online, right? And this is for new users, right? New QuickBooks Online users. You guys can save up to 75% off with the OIS and QuickBooks bundle, right? Right now, you can sign up for QBO Plus for $60 a month for the first 3 months and Advanced for $120 for the first 3 months with OIS support. Now, the OIS support is valued at $2,000. You get this, but you get the OIS integration, right? You get help with the setup fee, right? This is part of the setup fee. Help with your product setup, help with the pricing, help with your inventory, and the migration to QuickBooks Online, right? For the flat rate of $499. So guys, I would have to say if some of you have been like kind of thinking about it, right? I've been thinking about switching to QuickBooks Online. You guys, if you've been on the website, you guys can see that they do offer special offers. Like if you've been on the QuickBooks website, they have an offer there. But what doesn't come with the offer on their website is that they're not going to help you through the transition, right? It's kind of like a do-it-yourself job where you sign up and then you kind of have to figure it out on your own, right? Unless you know what you're really doing, sometimes this could lead to like frustrations or you could have more questions, right? So what we're offering today is really a great deal and really a great value to our customers. You can get, you'll get the discount off of QuickBooks Online Plus or Advanced with the OIS support. And guys, whoever has talked to our support team, I have to give a shout out to our customer service team. They do a great job. We have a great support team, guys. So, you guys are, if you're ready to switch over, you guys are going to be taken care of. All right. So the only thing is office only available today, guys. So you got to make sure to click the link, fill out the form, let us know that you're interested in this offer, right? And you get also your raffle ticket for the free iPad. Everybody needs another iPad, right? Everyone needs another one. So make sure again, guys, go just click the link and fill out the form, right? All right, and then we're coming close to the end of the webinar now. If anyone wanted to connect with Oscar, you can go ahead. This is his contact information. And again, I will be sending this in an email after the webinar as well. You guys connect with him through email or phone number and on LinkedIn, guys. All right, make sure to send him a connection and let him know how much you enjoyed the presentation. And, if you guys have any questions, all right? And that's the end. That's all for today, guys. Thank you, everyone who attended this webinar. Jamie and Oscar, you guys did amazing. And all of our OIS customers and new people that attended today, thank you and welcome, and thank you for attending. And we just wanted to let you guys know that we are going to be having, like Oscar said, we're going to be having more webinars like this for our customers because we want your business to succeed. And I say it every month, if you guys win, we all win, right? If you guys win, we all win. So we really, really do believe that. And just keep your heads up for the upcoming webinar. Just to let you guys know, last month we had a webinar with Steve Benson from Badger Mapping. Oh my God, that was a great webinar too. He shared a little bit of tips and practices for route management. If you guys missed that, you guys can actually check it out on our YouTube channel. And I'm gonna type that in the chat now if you guys wanted to take a quick look at our YouTube channel and view that webinar. And then next month, we're going to be partnering with the people from Forms on Fire. So they replace Forms with a mobile app, no coding required. So if you guys have like inspection forms, checklists, incident reports, inventory, timesheets, they make all of that digital and they create greater efficiency for your business. So you guys are going to want to stay tuned for that. So that's going to be those details for the April webinar. Make sure to keep an eye out in your inbox. And then again, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. This has been great, guys. Thank you. And thank you everyone for the Q&A too. Thank you for asking all those good questions. All right. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks for attending.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for attending, guys.